Again, you can factor this and solve, which we will be doing. There will be times that you guys have to do some stuff without the use of a calculator, but I want you to be able to be familiar with using the calculator anyway. And so if you need to solve this using your calculator, the way that you will enter your information, again from the home screen, is this is all located under the F2 Algebra tab. So if we hit F2 and then choose number 1, which is solve, you can choose the correct syntax to order or to organize your information. So the way that you would enter this is solve, type in the equation exactly as it appears. Again, that caret symbol represents the to the power of. And so if I hit solve and then I type my equation, x squared minus 2x minus 24 is equal to 0. Okay, once you have your whole equation identified, you then need to tell the calculator what variable you want it to solve for. The way that you do that is you separate with a comma. The comma is right above the 9. And then you tell it which variable you want it to solve for. So you want it to solve for the x, close off the parentheses, and now when you hit enter, it'll give you your solutions. So here x is equal to 6 or negative 4. So again, this is a very useful function of your calculators. You want to be familiar with it. It's very helpful. And now, while I'm here, or before I move on, there's one other thing to possibly talk about, and that is the copy and paste feature of your calculators. Okay, so what your calculator allows you to do is it allows you to copy and paste things into a different part of the calculator. So let's say we wanted to take this first part right here, this portion of it, and let's say we wanted to copy just that, and we wanted to paste it into our y-editor. And we want to paste that as a separate equation. The way that you can do that, and I can't show you on here because I can't do simultaneous things on the screen up here, but if you place your cursor to the end or beginning of where you want to copy, so let's say I want to copy from this 24. I'm just taking the expression x squared minus 2x minus 24. If I place my cursor here and I hold down this up arrow key, okay, so you're going to hold the up arrow key, and then at the same time use the cursor direction, so in this case the left or the right keys. What it's going to do is it highlights it. Oh, do you guys see that on yours? When you hold the up arrow down and then you move left, it'll highlight everything that you have there. Okay, once you have that all highlighted, and so I'm going to kind of do something similar, but I'm just going to copy this whole big, or actually, let me see. All right, so once you have it highlighted, kind of like what I have here, you'll hit green diamond up arrow. Okay, so here's the directions to highlight it, and then the green diamond and that up arrow will copy. And then you can move to whatever place you want to put it. So let's say we go to the y-editor, which is green diamond F1, and let's put it in the y2 form. So if we now paste it, and so paste is green diamond and then escape. So green diamond, escape, that pastes it in, hit enter, and now it's submitted as your next equation. Okay, and so once again, it allows you to take something without having to remember it or write it down and then recopy it. You can just allow it to copy and paste like you would on your regular computers. Okay, any questions on just that little part, copying and pasting? Okay, so let's go back to solving. There's one thing that I want to distinguish between, and that is if you're solving something in the following form. And so let's say you're solving AB plus 3A equals 5B, and I ask you to solve for A. As you go through and you try to solve this, it's probably not going to let you. Okay, so if you enter, again, the alpha key allows you to hit the letters A and B, plus 3 alpha, this equal sign gives me A, is equal to alpha, or is equal to 5 alpha B. And you want it to solve for A, so parenthesis, or comma, A, close the parentheses. And when you did this, what did you notice? There's an A in your answer, right? So this is incorrect, because if it was solving for A, there would be no A in your answer. Right, here's the one negative for these calculators. And the TI-89s do not infer multiplication between letters. And anytime you start with a letter, your calculator thinks that everything from that letter until the next mathematical operational sign is pressed, is one single variable. So it thinks that AB just stands for one variable, and you've designated it AB, or AB. Okay? Now, when a coefficient's written in front, when the number's written first, it does infer the multiplication. So your calculator knows that 3A is 3 times A. You can see it right here when it displayed. AB, there's no mathematical operation between A and B. It thinks it's one single variable. It's its own separate variable. 3 times A it represented, 5 times B it represented. And so in order for you to solve anything where you're multiplying 2 letters, or if a letter comes first followed by a number, you have to, it's called use explicit multiplication. You have to designate that you are multiplying the A and the B. So if you just insert a multiplication symbol between A and B and then hit solve, it will give you the correct answer. So now the correct answer is 5B over B plus 3. Okay, but it only shows you that when you explicitly designate the multiplication of those letters. Okay, so when we did the distance formula, right? Did we do that in class last week? Like H1, and we use H1, H2, K1, K2s. And your calculator thinks H1 is just the one variable, which is why we can do it. It doesn't think of it as H times 1. It only thinks that when the number is written first. Okay, so again, just be aware of that.